Hey everybody, welcome back. We have a guest who is no stranger. She's already been on twice. And guys, this is a courageous person. This is someone who has gone into the lion's den, who has sat down with people that are despicable and has exposed them for who they really are and what they're involved in. So Arden, welcome back. You guys have a third video with PornHub now, and this one, in my opinion, is probably an even bigger bombshell than the last two. Tell us what's happening.
Hey, thanks so much for having me back, Timothy. So, yes, in this latest video, it's part three of our Pornhub expose. I sit down with Dylan Rice. He's a senior scriptwriter at ALO, Pornhub's parent company. And he explains that ads that cater to pedophiles actually perform the best monetarily on the platform.
And when it says ads that cater to the pedophiles, like when I was watching the video last night, it was saying that they have, either male actors or female actresses, but the male actors, they're of age. They're like 18, 20,
Mhm.
but they look like they're 15, and it says that those ads are the ones that do best.
Yes, the ads, according to Dylan, the ads that feature actors who appear to be underage, about 15 years old, do the best. The viewership is wide and vast. He mentions that young teens like to watch it, Indians like to watch it, predatory
I
women,
found I
and
found that very interesting that a lot of their viewers come from India.
yeah, a lot of Pornhub's viewership is India. I think their main markets are US and India.
Interesting. And then you said predatory women as
He
well.
mentions predatory women who want to corrupt innocents and pedophilic men who like young boys, is what he said.
And they even talked about some female actresses that are older, but they look like they're very underage, that those do well also, according to Pornhub.
Yeah, apparently the word he uses is whales. You can turn pedophiles into whales, which is another way of saying big spenders. It's really is shocking. It's disgusting to think about, but these are the types of people that they know are their audience and will keep coming back for more.
Yeah. And he was talking, I think you were talking in the video saying that this type of behavior encourages pedophilia. And he was saying that those pedophiles are more likely to pay for that type of pornography. Is that correct? And that's why it encourages that behavior.
Yeah, that's correct. He explains it as kind of a gray area, which I don't think it's much of a gray area. I think it's pretty black and white. But
Yeah.
Dylan says, on one hand, it could, keep someone's pedophilic tendencies at bay, but on the other hand, it could just normalize that behavior. And I tend to think that putting this type of content out there is just going to normalize that appetite for uh, pedophilic content.
Oh, completely. I mean, we kind of know that once you start going down that road, once people start going down that road, it's kind of like Pandora's box. You can't stop it. And pornography is that open door to just the baseness in the world. Um, what kind of feedback are you guys getting with all these videos?
Well, just as of last night, we received a legal threat from ALO, the parent company of Pornhub. They've requested that we hold all of our records and take down all of the content we've posted so far. So we'll absolutely hold all our records, but in no way will we be taking down content. It was
Yeah.
all legally obtained. Everything was reviewed by our legal counsel, and we believe this should be out there.
Oh, completely. I totally agree. And you went on a couple dates. I mean, not a lot of people are willing to go on a secret date with somebody and not just one, but multiple dates to expose this. What was that like for you?
It's nerve wracking. It's surreal. It makes my stomach churn. Uh, and I do get really nervous, but I get in a very focused zone where I know exactly what I want to ask, what my questions are, and I just have to focus on that, or else the nerves get to you, you know?
Yeah. What would you say to somebody who would maybe want to is seeing some type of uh, corruption where they are at and are thinking about doing the same thing that you did?
Absolutely. Well, make sure everything you're doing is legal. But beyond that, the right thing to do is to expose corruption. And if they need any assistance or just need someone to ask maybe questions to, I'm always here. They could reach out to me.
Yeah, I think we spoke about this before, but in Exodus, when Pharaoh tells all the midwives to kill all the baby boys from the Hebrews, and the Egyptian midwives don't do it, and they fear God, and then they actually lie to Pharaoh and said, because Pharaoh's like, "Hey, why aren't you killing all these baby boys?" And they said, "Well, those Hebrew women they're very strong. They push them out faster than we can get there." And so they lied to Pharaoh, but God blessed them and gave them families of their own. Same kind of thing with the Jews, those who hid the Jews in World War II. So in those instances, God blesses that, and I think God's going to bless you guys also.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I don't love deception, but I do think there are times when it is justified. And I
Completely.
do believe this is one of those times.
Yeah, for the protection of the innocent, it is definitely justified. Now, I have a post here that on September 29th, the South Carolina Attorney General drafted a letter to ALO demanding transparency regarding the loophole revealed in the undercover tape. So you guys are gaining some traction from the federal government or the state government.
Yes, yeah, that was a wonderful thing to wake up to that day.
I bet.
Uh, so they demanded transparency as of September 29th. The ALO has 30 days to respond. So we are coming up on that date pretty soon. Um, and we'll just see what ALO's response is, or if they respond at all. I'm kind of curious to see what their next step is. But they did threaten us legally recently. They issued a comment to us that completely missed the implications in this video. They're completely shifting goalposts. They tell us to check up the names of the porn actors mentioned in the video, and we'll find that they're over 18. Well, that was never the argument for this video. The argument is that you're using them because they look so young to purposefully cater to pedophiles and young teens, which actually could have legal implications. So they're completely shifting goalposts and trying to avoid the questions we're asking.
Yeah, Soy Jack or Dylan in the video says you brought it up that well this type of behavior would help curb those pedophilic tendencies, and it's the same logic that we see like in San Francisco right now where they're already going to shoot up excuse me, shoot up heroin, so let's give them some safe shoot up sites so we can give them clean needles. Talk to us a little bit about that logic, how it doesn't compute.
I have always believed that whatever you feed grows, it gets hungrier. It's just common sense. So if you're feeding a community of people who are attracted to children, that community is going to grow and their appetite will get stronger. It's common sense to restrict that kind of content.
Mhm.
No one should have to say it, but here we are.
Yeah. Yeah, well, common sense isn't so common. And you're completely right. It's that Native American proverb that says, hey, everybody has two wolves inside of them. And the one that wins is the one that you feed the most.
Completely. Totally agree.
Yeah. Well, Arden, before we sign off, is there anything else that we missed or anything else that you would want to say?
Well, I want to say that we have at least 4 more videos yet to be released that we'll be releasing in the coming weeks. And everyone can follow along on Twitter, Instagram. I'm Arden underscore young underscore, or go to soundinvestigations.com. It may be the best bet, just to bypass any censorship happening.
Yeah, definitely. You've been posting a lot of reels and they've been gaining some traction. I've been happy to see that.
Thank you. I've been doing my best getting on the Instagram reel train.
I know the algorithm is very interesting though. Are you guys on
Yes.
like TikTok at all?
Not yet. We have accounts saved on TikTok, but when we initially started posting to TikTok, they actually just banned our accounts. So that's
Okay.
on pause for now.
Yeah, the algorithm on TikTok is a lot tougher than it is on Instagram. It's very
That's what I've
interesting.
heard. Yeah, we'll have to find ways around that.
Yeah, big time. Well, God bless you guys. We'll look forward to the next videos and thank you for coming on, Arden.
Thank you so much, Timothy.